Revolutionary greetings, comrades. We are bringing to you the interview done by Ezra Chisasbanda. He was interviewing the interim Secretary General of the Citizens Coalition for Change, CCC. It's a bit longer, it's 15 minutes and 9 seconds. Please take a listen.
Mr. Sengezo Chabangwe is right here. So the outcome of the High Court, the application by the 15 or so MPs and senators was dismissed by the High Court of Zimbabwe, and the interim SG Secretary General of CCC, Mr. Sengezo Chabangwe, I want to get an update. Do you welcome the judgment, sir?
Yes, thank you very much. Yes, we welcome, the people of Zimbabwe welcome the judgment. We are getting the messages right across the country. Those who are voiceless, they welcome this judgment. Those who were elbowed out through the process, they welcome this judgment. It is a victory for the people of Zimbabwe. It's a victory for the citizens movement. That once again we are going to take this party back to its basics. So yes, it was a incredible judgment. Which
do you feel exonerated since most people didn't believe you are the interim?
Well, those who didn't believe that what we have started was a myth, there are those who thought it was a myth, it was not going to stand, it was not going to get the have a leg we are not going to have a leg to stand on. Now, the judgment has given us the authority. The judgment has proved to the people beyond any reasonable doubt that our cause, our issues are legitimate, and we have a legitimate leg to stand on in terms of challenging these critical issues that we're confronting us daily.
The nomination court is on Tuesday. The elections are scheduled for 9 December, as the President of Zimbabwe proclaimed. What are we going to do, because we are left with just 48 hours before the nomination court? Will you be ready to field any candidates? Are you fielding any candidates in these by-elections?
Yes, we are busy. We are preparing for the nomination court so that by tomorrow we file. All our candidates across the country should file tomorrow, so that the last day we don't have this hassle of really filing late. So the process, we are not going to have a primary elections. The primary elections was done in the last general election in 2023, general election which we held through Bereka Mwana. We had challenges with that process, but it produced candidates. With commissions or omissions, but it produced candidates. So those who won in that process are the candidates that we're going to give a chance to represent.
Okay, so the people who you say they won in those Bereka Mwana primary elections, you are picking them to take over because they won earlier.
We are picking them to take over regardless of who they are, but as long as they came first, as long as they came second best, if the first doesn't want to take part because of certain other reasons, then we'll go for the second best. So we are not going to open.
You are not picking your friends or whoever.
No. We will stick to that database that we created over the.
Have you spoken to your president, Nelson Chamisa, after the judgment?
Well, President Chamisa, I haven't spoken to him, but he has spoken to people that are close to me. He has sent messages to people that I communicate with daily. And there are responses that are quite interesting from those communications I've seen. The communication, they've shared the communication.
To try to reach to him?
Yes, he's reaching out to me through these emissaries, friends that are around the nucleus that is around me. So I'm sure we will have a positive discussion. He has to bite the bullet and face the reality that it's not going to be the old politics. We are bringing fresh politics, new ideas to the table, so that nobody can run this thing on his own. We can't have to launch as a party, launch an independent election it doesn't make sense at all. Like we ran in 2023, it was kind of like we're running an independent. President Chamisa was an independent candidate because there was no supportive structure of the party. So that should be the past. We want President Chamisa to reach out so that we formalize the party. Organs of the party come alive. The people of Zimbabwe in their various forms of life, spheres of life, are engaged and take part in this initiative, which in my view is a breath, it brings a breath fresh of air.
You've been called all sorts of names. Some people are agreeing with you, some are supporting you. How are you feeling? How do you feel with all the insults? Some of people now understand you, some they don't.
Well, it's normal. It's normal. People, they see things differently. It takes time for people to understand because I think it's the reason. The reason is that over the years, as an opposition, we have not built institutions. So people have been building individuals instead of institutions. So if we had an institution, then it was going to be easy for people to adapt and accept that nobody can go outside the institution. It is the institution that brings leaders. It is the institution that guides the leaders. A clear indication of having a constitution, that's very fundamental. You can't have a party without a constitution and expect to run this government and expect to take over the reins of power from ZANU-PF without a constitution that is going to guide you. So those are the simple things that we are bringing to the table. So people are actually coming on board. People are playing the ball. People are actually congratulating us on the victory. It's their victory. They want to carry us moving forward. They want to be a supportive structure moving forward. So we are going to move directed by the people, by the citizens. In whatever we do, we will consult them.
So what about the members of parliament? Won't you say they should come out, disengage? Because the president, Chamisa, had said the members as a protest should show solidarity with the court members, should boycott parliament. And we discovered that they still went to parliament. What will happen now? Will they pull out of parliament? Will you support them pulling out of parliament? Or you are urging them to stay and work for the people?
That was an unproductive thought, political thought, which does not really test the political pressures that exist currently. Members of parliament are elected to service the communities. Members of parliament are elected to be the checkmate to the executive. It's a very, very important arm. They are there to make policies. So how do you disengage at this critical juncture? So it was an ill thought from those who are around the president, because there was only one center of communication, which even if it was wrong, it will really carry the day, because nobody would really argue and say this is ill thought idea. So there are no disengagement. Members of parliament, they are in parliament to deliver the service delivery system. Members of parliament, they are there as the face of the movement. Members of parliament, they are there as an important arm of state. So we can't disengage. We can't create unconstitutional constitutional crisis unnecessarily. So if there are any problems, we will discuss with the members of parliament. We will whip them into line. We will consult them. We are going to reshuffle. In fact, we are going to reshuffle the setup in parliament there. Who is going to be the chief whip? We are going to have a fresh caucus. Who is going to be the chief whip? Who is going to be the leader of the house? Who is going to be the leader of that committee? We are going to have a reshuffle, because those people had positioned themselves there without consultation, a broader consultation of the movement. So things are going to change. Things are going to change. They are actually calling me every day, every hour, every minute, that SG, please don't recall us. We will take whatever you say, and we are prepared to work with you. So I didn't sleep last night because members of parliament were reaching out, and I promised them that, no, look, as long as you know that you were there in that position, elected by the people, you were not there in that position illegally, or so you are safe. But if you know that you paid up people for you to get into that position, unfortunately, my office is going to visit you.
Are there any recalls anytime soon?
Recalls?
More recalls, or you are done with those?
No, it can't be. We need to clean up countrywide. People in Martinica land, people in Maswingo, people in Mashonaland East, West Central, people in Harare, they are coming. They are saying, what you did in Bulawayo, we have got a similar problem in these areas. So please, can you please visit us? Can you please reconsider our grievances? We are going to consider their grievances. My office is open. My office is generous. My office is going to reach out to every corner of this country. Next week, I'll be traveling after the nomination court, reaching out all the provinces and hearing these things for myself. So I know there are security threats, but look, I'm prepared to die. If it means I die, this is the cause that I'm prepared to die for. So I'll be visiting these provinces countrywide as from next week.
So are you thinking you're an alternative party to ZANU-PF to take over the country?
Sorry?
Do you think you're an alternative party to take over a country from ZANU-PF?
We want to build a stronger movement. We want to build an institution. We are going, once we are done with internal challenges, internal problems, we are going to reach out to other political parties, to other civic society, churches, and say, gentlemen, this is the CCC, this is the citizens movement. Citizens movement should accommodate and embrace everyone. So let's create a zone where we are going to form a formidable institution that is going to be an alternative, confront ZANU-PF by democratic means in 2028.
Some people are saying, why don't you form your own party?
No, we can't. Those who don't agree with us, those who don't believe in us, those who think they don't believe in constitutionalism are the ones who are supposed to jump the fence and form their own thing, which doesn't have a Bible, which doesn't have a constitution. This is the people's movement. Even if you go to church, you have got a Bible that guides the reverend. You have got a Bible that guides the church. So you go to a burial society, you have got a constitution that guides that small club. You have got social clubs. There are rules and guidelines. So what more of a movement which is so broad, which cut across all ethnic groups, which doesn't have the constitution? It's scary for an opposition, for a party like as big as ours, to have of not having a constitution. I think in Parliament we are going to amend electoral act. We are going to amend the constitution because we, with ZANU-PF, we constitute a 2/3. So, and say there should not be any political party which is supposed to run an election without a constitution. So that is fundamental. There should not be a political party which is registered without a constitution. We need to revisit these things. Electoral Act, what does our Electoral Act? ZEC, why should ZEC accept a political party without a constitution? But there is fundamental. Why did they allow us to be registered without a constitution? So that was the problem. So we need to go back to Parliament if it's not there and make sure that we put it a clause that no movement tomorrow, no monster tomorrow that is going to wake up without a constitution and purport to represent the citizens. This is where that monster will lead the people astray and lead the people where we find ourselves in.
So are you confident you'll be having enough candidates to fill all the gaps left by others, and are you winning these elections?
The writing is on the wall. We are winning. ZANU doesn't have a space in Bulawayo. ZANU-PF doesn't have a space in Matebele land. So these are the zones that we want to occupy. This is where we will have a disagreement with the President Nestor Chamisa if he doesn't want to field the candidates, because he knows that I don't think he was going to do this kind of analogy that let's boycott the elections in Manicaland. So he wants to boycott the elections in Matebeleland because they know that Matebeleland they are marginalized. So we are not going to allow that. The people of Matebeleland, they deserve equal representation like any other province right across the country.